What's up, bro?
Yo.
Bro, Legends show is almost here.
That's right.
That's right, yeah?
Yeah, boy.
I remember you told me I cannot compete, but I have a good idea.
What's up?
How about I guest posing?
Um,
Bro, I get the best performance on your stage. Believe me. Just watch.
Okay.
Just watch.
Yep.
Just watch. It's very easy.
All right.
How about that?
Good.
Good?
Yeah. You stay there, right?
Good. Up, bro. Good. Bro!
Hey guys, welcome to this week's Generation Iron podcast. Your host, me, Victor Martinez, Esan Farahi, Black Gluten, and Edwin Mejia. Welcome. And this is the week of legends.
Big week.
Legends show!
How you feeling, Vic? How's the show coming across?
Nervous as hell. A lot of work into it. Custom-made trophies, as usual. Statues. And can't forget the MHP 5 sponsorships.
Wow.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 athletes will be sponsored by MHP, and that's, I think it's
That's
different.
very
Bro,
big.
you have a chance if you want.
It's different level.
Bro, let
Come
me
on,
compete.
Esan. Put on this board shorts.
Let me
him
compete.
compete,
If not compete, I want to guest pose.
Maybe. I
He-
think you
so-
can do it, though.
You
But
might.
I have a good idea. You should be guest posing.
Come on, guys.
Come on.
You wanna
Come
see
on,
all-
guys. Who wants to see Victor Martinez on the stage again?
So you might find Hassan backstage getting ready to guest pose in there. You might have to kick him out.
Listen, it's all good, man. At the end of the day, the show is about fun. And of course, qualifications for the nationals. And it's a family event, you know. So I can't say no. I can't say no to any of the good stuff, regardless. If you think you're not ready, I think you are.
I am. You're not letting me.
Anyways, we're excited for the show. I mean, this is a New York-based show. Obviously, we're based here in New York. However, anybody who wants to come visit, you're all welcome to come to the show. Generation Iron will be in the building.
And Melly Mel is going to be in the building, right?
Melly Mel's going to be MC. I mean,
Wow.
it's just the guest posers. He's got a crazy roster.
Who's the head judge?
Steve.
Steve Weinberg,
Oh,
baby.
Big Steve. Come on, guys.
Steve, of
Come on.
course.
This is the
Yeah.
best.
Recognize, man.
This is the best opportunity. Come
That's
on.
why when you go and win this show, you usually go on to become a pro.
Yes.
I mean, because you're going to get judged by the best of the best. I mean, it's just, this is national level judges, Olympia
It's crazy
level
that 5
judges.
amateurs potentially going to be sponsored by that major company.
Yeah, it's a
And
huge
not,
company.
Not only that, you also get going to get exposure by arguably the biggest independent strength sports media outlet in the world.
And qualify for natural.
They
That's
qualify for nationals. And a week after that, you have the USAs. So they can actually go
Wow,
on and do
perfect.
the USAs. You know?
Interesting.
perfect. You can qualify, and a week later it goes to national show.
Yes.
That's amazing.
And my birthday weekend.
Wow.
I feel like
There
I
we
should
go.
go to USAs, man.
You turn to 30.
50, big 50.
Big-
Yeah. And
Wow.
I think Jay's right behind me, you know.
I know you and
Jay's
Jay-
right after.
Yes.
Jay's right after.
What do you think about his transformation that he's been posting?
I think it's great. It actually inspired me to do it myself because I'm not doing the whole Jay, he knows how to do it, man. Turns it into a business. Follow me, join me, follow this.
Subscribe
pay for
to this.
Subscribe. Jay,
Yeah.
man, come on, give me a crash course. Man, I need to do that, bro.
Who's the lucky winner this week?
Yes.
So this week, Vic, you selected Firefighter,
Yes.
which is
Fellow firefighter.
the name is called the name is Metallica's Fuel. So Metallica's Fuel, you are the winner of this week's.
What a name.
Question.
Metallica.
He must love Metallica.
And,
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? Exactly.
And I love this question because it's something that I get a lot of questions on
It's about steroids?
from friends of mine as well, and people that I know. So basically, it's not. All right. Well, let's ask the question, right? The question, hey Vic from Metallica's Fuel. I'm 41-year-old firefighter. I work out consistently. Going to the gym is very important to me, and I take it very seriously. I'm going back and forth whether or not I should start TRT. I've never taken any steroids. Everything I've used is over-the-counter supplements. Also, I'm recently married and we want to have kids. How much of an impact would this make? Well, there's a couple of good questions.
Yeah.
Great
A couple
question.
of good questions. You're going to have kids. I tell you right now, don't plan it. Just go out, get drunk, and have fun.
This is not a medical advice, by the way. I want to make sure we establish.
No, I think people get too uptight when they're planning to have kids, and I think one of the problems is planning. Obviously you want to be financially stable, the good stuff, and all that. But don't plan. When you plan sex, it just becomes a task and boring and all this. Who does the planning? Why you think so many Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, and Latinos just have too many kids?
They don't have a plan.
They don't have a plan.
They just jump in the pool.
That's messed up. That's messed up.
Yeah. But you don't want to get stuck on welfare either. But definitely don't plan. But going back to the question, you are 41. You want to go on TRT. Get blood work. Get blood work.
What does that mean, though? Because a lot of people ask, what is blood work? Because I
Yeah,
go to my
you don't
doctor.
want to just jump into TRT and
But,
you
yeah.
have high testosterone already,
We need to figure out if he's low.
You're not deficient. Yeah.
So what's the difference between a general practitioner's blood work and blood work?
Listen, anybody can do blood work. You don't want to go a regular doctor, a sports doctor. The whole point is they want to do a full panel. So they want to check your GH levels, your testosterone levels, see if you're deficient. And if
Your
body-
vitamin D is very important
Yeah,
too. Yes.
everything. Vitamin D, your cholesterol, you name it, GH levels. You check under the hood. And it's one of those things. Even trainers, I think they should start doing this when they pick up clients. Yeah.
I'll do that. All my clients.
Yeah, you have it on file,
Before we start, and I'm telling you, more than 60-70% of my clients has a low testosterone. They don't know that.
But you also find other problems.
Yes.
Not just low test.
Yes.
You want to see, you don't want somebody walking into your gym, you start training them and they have a heart condition.
Yes, and some people, they feel like low testosterone, but they are not low testosterone. They are low vitamin D.
Yes.
With couple of the dosage vitamin D, they fix it like this.
So let's say the fireman is 40, who's 41. Let's say he takes the test and it's low in testosterone, but he wants to have kids. Do you recommend him getting on TRT or not?
Again, the TRT most likely will not affect you from having kids unless you already have an issue, with your testosterone. So the TRT does not become the problem. You could already have the problem. So again, my best, advice is, get the blood work first. The over-counter stuff, not so concerned about. Check that out and see where you are first before you make the move. But it's not going to affect you having kids, thinking that you are a firefighter, so you guys get annual checkups anyways. But still, for your own purposes and your own knowledge, just do that before you go jumping on TRT if you don't even need it. Again,
That's a good point.
Yeah, you might not even need it.
Yeah.
He didn't
This could
say
create the problem.
He didn't say in the question if he's having some kind of symptoms of low.
No, he didn't mention any of that at all.
So
He's never taken. He did say he never took PEDs or steroids.
he thinks because he's 41, it's automatically he's probably low, right?
Yeah, you're probably just thinking that again. Probably you are thinking that because something's going on. You're not feeling strong. You're not feeling motivated. A lot of factors to having low test. But check first before you make the move. I'm not going to say go ahead, do it, do it. No, you should check first. And of course, being a firefighter, you want to go through the right protocol to make sure it won't cost you your job as well.
Cheers to Metallica.
Yeah, cheers to you. And
And you get a case of Redcon One Energy?
hey, listen, you're a firefighter, so please send me a badge. I collect them. You know, my
So
pipe
you-
dream,
so you
being
can-
a firefighter.
But you were a firefighter.
No,
You were
man.
training-
I took
training to be
I
a
was
firefighter.
training,
Okay,
and
okay.
that's how I just ran into just becoming a pro bodybuilder. There was the firefighter training exam, and then there was the nationals that year. I didn't get into the firefighter, so went to the nationals. Not complaining about anything, just support you guys. Send me the badge, please. A little.
So remind them how they can be the winner of the week again.
Yeah, so just so everybody's aware, make sure you submit your questions on
Comments.
the comment section and Generation I on YouTube for the podcast episode, and win a chance to not only get a case of Redcon 1, but having it answered by Vic and our team. So we're happy to help and get involved.
So today we're going to talk about a few different things, but let's get the steroids out of the way. out of the way
Please.
real
Get the
quick.
steroids out of the way, guys.
Please.
Somebody sent us an email actually, and they were wondering, you know, as a bodybuilder, right? Pro bodybuilders, they obviously do injections, steroids in themselves. So do they develop a lot of scar tissue? And how do you deal with that? Like, if you constantly keep injecting, I don't know, you inject in different body parts, I'm assuming, right? But
Switch
like,
it up, switch it up. You know,
the question is, how do you deal with like the tissue being affected over the years, especially, you know?
Deep tissue.
deep tissue
Deep
massages.
tissue massage every week. And
Every week?
Every week. And, you know, Jay Cutler teach everyone. Come on. I mean, I have to give the credit to Jay Cutler. For every week goes to the deep tissue. Deep tissue massage has to be painful. It's not such a you
And they do
Elbows,
it-
knuckles.
And that's for scar tissue injection?
Yeah, hopes of scar
Yes.
tissue, injection sites, glute sites. I mean, but just switch it up. Don't keep going to the same spot. Don't keep going. And also don't use huge amounts. Usually when you keep
Yeah.
doing like stacks of like 3 cc's, you're kind of asking for it.
Yeah,
you
too
know?
much.
As a pro bodybuilder, allegedly, how often do they inject themselves?
every day.
Oh.
Every day injection. So I'm saying you definitely got to be hurting.
It
Right?
depends. I
Every
mean,
day, bro.
I mean, every day
You
when
spend
you're
40,000 on steroids, huh?
when you're comparing, you know, I guess steroids and GH and peptides and you know,
Every day you
yeah.
have to inject, no matter what.
And you
every
inject it
day.
in
different area, yes.
You know?
Left cheek, right cheek, shoulder.
in the ass always.
Yes.
Some people smoke weed every day, and others
I
inject
mean, some
every day.
people, some people inject in weak muscle too, like a quad. Like I
Yeah, they
see
do
the
side.
lats. You know,
They
the
do.
injection is specifically the weak muscle. That's a little bit tricky, but
It might be a stupid analogy, but you know how like drug addicts they inject and they have developed like you know like you know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
looks like they,
Well, that's different. They're going right into the vein. They collapse the vein, and then they have to go to other areas, you know, like their toes and their
yeah. I've seen it.
penises,
I've seen it to go like between the toes, right?
toes under the tongue. I mean, I see it. It's just listen, guys.
that's the injection on the vein. The injection, bodybuilder injecting in the muscle is completely
yeah,
different.
yeah, totally
Okay,
different.
okay.
Yeah,
Totally
yeah,
different.
Yes.
Injection in the vein.
Yeah,
it's
we
for the
don't
drugs.
do you know, injection sites advice for like heroin addicts.
No. I'm talking about that.
You know, if you're doing that, you're gonna have a much bigger problem. You know, it's like, listen, go get help.
But
You need help.
But
Yeah,
isn't it like let's say you keep injecting your ass every day? It's gonna hurt, like don't you think?
It's gonna hurt.
Your ass get beat.
Start creating the boils. You have the boils, and then the scar tissue starts building up and up and up, and then next thing you know, it's just gonna start creating this big balls in there, and a massage is not gonna help you.
Yeah, hot compression is good too. You know, to put the heat pad.
So how do they do it? If they do it
Just
consistently in your career, how do you?
elbow.
Oh yes.
Elbow. If you start putting the hot compression, usually if it starts getting, you know, red, black and blue, sensitive to the touch, get Biaxin, get some antibiotic because now you're creating an infection.
So what's a safer way of them as a bodybuilder to do injections?
Area.
Like the area
Switch to a circle, do the circle
in
process.
your upper body.
Yes, so it'll be
Shoulder.
shoulders,
So not the ass then.
delts, lats, quads, lats, rear delts, glutes. Just keep changing it. You know, you're always gonna find your favorite spot, and that's usually when you start creating problems in scar tissue.
Yes.
But that's a good question, though, right? Like
It is. It's perfect.
logically you will develop
Yeah.
scar tissue.
Some, I mean, I saw recently, actually, I saw some bodybuilder, amateur bodybuilder on stage, NPC stage, and two huge ball in top of the glutes.
Oh, seen
That's
those
not,
torpedo shoulders too.
yes, in shoulder too. Some
Yeah.
people in the shoulder, some
Yeah.
people in glutes. It's not nice. Work on it.
It's
Deep
distracting,
tissue,
and
yes.
judges hate that, and
They
they hate
hate
to have
it.
to judge you now. And most likely, if
It's
you,
not. It's not. It's not. It's not nice. It's
well,
ugly.
usually if you're shredded, you look the best, but not, you have that anomaly. Don't ask why you got third or fifth.
Yeah.
Usually that's the case. It's the anomaly.
The guy in the Bigorexia movie, actually, if you guys remember, he was shooting in his ass.
In his
steroids.
ass? Oh, the
Butt cheeks.
If you're shooting in the ass, it's not a needle, right? You're shooting something else.
Okay, the butt cheeks. And they had to actually cut half of them out, the butt cheeks. They had to remove
Yes.
because of the scar tissue that.
Yes, one of my best friends is actually Ali Reza.
I seen that. I remember, he's no longer with us. Greg Kovacs, he was the main guy that I think, what is it? Company that was, what is that? The company, Muscle Tech. He was the first guy that Muscle Tech ran with, and he was doing just too much in one butt cheek to a point that they moved something the
terrible.
size of a golf ball or tennis ball from his ass. So
Yeah, one of my best friends. Ali
From the
Reza.
butt cheek, not from the
from the butt cheek,
Butt cheek,
not
not
from the
asshole.
ass. Otherwise, that's a fetish. That's something else.
All right, so what's the conclusion to this whole situation? So basically, just rotate it around.
Yeah,
if
rotate
you're going
it around, depending on how much injections you're doing. Obviously, pre-contest, you're doing it more often than none. If you're, just maintaining, you're usually doing once a week, twice a week. Just switch it up, and if you feel after a week you still feel that boil in there, don't go back in there, man. It's just simple. It's just simple math and feeling.
Some underground steroids. It's not clean either, and they get infection. They get blowing, hurts. I mean that's the option too. That's the problem for the bodybuilder.
If it's dirty
too.
needles.
Not needles, the
Product.
actual
Oh,
steroids.
product.
Oh, okay, got it.
The actual steroids, it's not clean. It's not clean enough. So when they inject, they get an infection in that area.
Infection, fever.
Yes,
Oh,
fever,
that's
infection.
So the moral of the story is, guys, do not do steroids, and if you do, make sure they're clean. Right? That's
Clean-ish.
all right. Ed, what's we off the steroids now? Let's talk about something else.
Yes. Well, we got.
Well, we were, getting questions as well, Vic, about, can a bodybuilder or someone who's striving to build muscle mass, can they also be gluten, intolerant?
I love gluten. Gotta admit it.
It should be a T-shirt. I love gluten.
Yeah,
Right.
I love gluten, but a lot of negative things could happen with gluten. I mean, without you knowing that your body's, allergic to it. One of them is, and the worst one is in the stomach.
Yeah.
I have to say, if you get inflamed or anything that you eat the gluten and your antibodies, celiac being one of the worst things. Right, and my son has autism. He decided to go gluten-free. He loves it, and I think he's turned around because he trains more,
That's awesome.
more focused in school, and he won't eat it. And he did that on his own, self-diagnosed, and he's doing great. But for some people, again, it could cause inflammation. It can cause you, so many things, brain fog. Is it that the best way to know is just to get tested? Get
But
tested.
isn't everybody gluten is bad for everybody? Right? Some people it affects worse.
It has a negative effect for most people.
Most people, right?
Mostly, yeah.
Yes, most people. And most people just eat the gluten because it just makes everything taste great, man.
Flour,
Yeah.
cookies.
I don't
The
like
pizza.
gluten. I don't like gluten because of
Don't
make
offer
you
me
heavy.
gluten-free pizza ever. I'll kill
No.
you.
Makes you heavier?
I'll stab you in the
Yeah,
spot.
they make you heavy. Gluten make you heavy, tired, very tired. After
Yes.
that you cannot move. You have to sleep like this. That part, I'm with that gluten-free guys. But as a taste-wise, I'm with you.
Yeah, with taste. But again, do I eat much gluten? Not really. You know, I eat chicken, I eat steak, I eat white rice, I eat potatoes.
All gluten free.
I mean, the only thing I might eat gluten might be the oatmeal doesn't have it. You know, I think it's probably the pizza I eat.
It's just kind of like flour, like
And
grain.
and the one slice of bread. I think I eat just one slice of bread.
And they have gluten-free
I'm used
bread,
to
too.
it. Yeah, or
You don't
even
eat that?
or even a croissant. There is they have the
Croissant.
regular croissant and then they have the gluten-free croissant. And
You can't.
I look at it with the corner of my eye. I'm like,
Yeah, no, but there's a lot of information out there. I mean, in research, and we know a lot of individuals in the fitness space that do practice a gluten-free diet with their families.
it's a
with their
movement.
kids.
It's a movement.
It is, and there
It's
is
more
a lot
expensive
of evidence.
too.
Yeah, there's a lot of evidence, like you said, like your kids as well. Like provides more energy when you're gluten-free. You avoid bacteria, unnecessary bad bacteria, bad gut health. There are things that are very positive about that, but there's also kind of like the drawbacks of what you do if you're a bodybuilder or building muscle, and can I substitute certain grains and wheat
You
for?
can, and I think you're gonna have a low inflammatory reaction to your body. If you take out gluten, you probably come in better shape. I mean, it's gonna be harder to diet because everything's gonna taste whatever. But when you're really focused and you're really taking care of yourself, I don't think taste will even matter.
When you were starting out to be a bodybuilder, did you know about this whole gluten thing or gluten
No, there was no gluten back in the 80s, 90s.
Nobody spoke about that.
Nobody spoke about it. Nobody really cared about it. I think it was extra gluten, if anything, and everything.
Give me some extra gluten.
Extra gluten on the
More
side.
gluten, please.
The gluten salt shaker.
So yeah, I mean that's an interesting topic. It's something that's not talked about a lot because you're right. Most people do live with it and they don't necessarily think about, oh yeah, I feel bloated today, but maybe that's due to gluten.
Right.
So there's a lot of things like that.
And
of course.
again, you won't know until you get tested. It's like Vlad said, these things are just coming out of freaking left field. Everybody's eating it thousands of years, and all of a sudden it's like, we don't need it in our system. But most wars were conquered by having bread.
They give you cancer. They give you cancer. Maybe 20 years later.
Yeah,
Bread and water, it's a staple of.
bread and water. Everybody was baking with it. I mean, I don't think the Romans were banning glutens or anything.
The best thing, you have to listen to your body. If your body
Yes.
your body rejects it, don't try again.
Well, there's a lot. Yeah, you're right. I mean, the great thing about this sports nutrition in the bodybuilding space is that there's so much protein now that's available gluten-free. So you buy protein shakes that are gluten-free
Yeah.
for gluten-sensitive
As
people.
long as you drink the protein, you're getting what the body needs.
Yeah.
It really doesn't,
Right.
matter. And
I just read somewhere that soy protein is terrible for you. I don't know. I read an article like
Soy protein what?
Soy protein is really bad for you.
Because they bring estrogen up. Soy.
That's always been the dispute or the claim that soy protein has the ability to increase your estrogen levels.
Estrogen.
I don't know how true that is.
So that means you get
but there's
bitch tits.
No,
by
it's
eating
true.
soy.
It's true.
You get gyno.
Soy tits.
Soy
Yeah.
tits.
Yeah, like that's what
exactly.
they call. You've seen the term in soy boy.
Soy.
Soybeans. What do you make?
Soy boy.
Soy boy?
Yeah, the guys that live in Williamsburg and then they drink lattes and then they don't drink.
Williamsburg always
protein.
comes in a conversation.
Yeah, low sperm count. Low sperm count.
Hey, it's out there. It's like it's a legit thing.
So
but
you don't
it's
want
fun.
kids, just eat a lot of soy.
Yeah,
That's it. Start wearing khakis and pink shirts.
but there are
It's
benefits.
work for a woman. As actually, soy is good for a woman because woman, it's basis for
Right.
a woman is estrogen.
Right.
It's a good for a woman, but the man's no. You cannot get tight and hardness with the soy protein.
right.
Listen,
So,
start
but
drinking more
yeah.
soy protein. I don't know. Maybe start listening to women more. Start
It's the same. It's both are same.
soy boy.
See, that's exactly what they say.
Oh, so that's gonna be a new snap. So you're a soy boy now.
So yeah, that was a big one. I mean, obviously the questions always come in. I think everybody should get tested or get some sort of like, get a real analysis, blood work, of course. But yeah,
Just don't do soy, man. Just stay away from the soy.
Speaking of food, I mean, is there like, one of the things that we always see is always these bodybuilders, having these massive diet like intake or having this massive like meals, right?
10,000 calories a day.
Crazy calories. You hear about Chris
Yeah.
Bumstead taking like this 10,000 calorie day. What is the typical calorie intake for
Some people
men's
think
open
they
guy?
eat 10,000, but they're not consistently eating 10,000.
Like let's say 6 weeks in or 6 weeks leading up to the Olympia,
Yes.
right? What is your diet like? Calorie intake?
6 weeks out.
Yeah, 6 weeks or 8
It's like
weeks out.
4,000,
You start for
4,500.
4 to 5,000.
That's it.
Depends how much.
4 to 5,000 a day.
Yeah, depends on how much your weight is and how much your fat up. It's all depends of that athlete. But you cannot eat 10,000 five
Every day.
No. Healthy,
No.
10,000? No. Not healthy, at least.
You
No,
can't.
no, not healthy. I like
Well,
to,
we know some people that do, like James
No,
Webb.
no, listen. If it's
well, he's a
look,
competitive
put
eater.
your money where your mouth is. If you're eating 10,000 clean calories, let's see it.
Yeah,
Let's see it, man.
every day.
No, every day, yeah, let's see it. I like
Right.
to see it because it's kind of hard, unless you're not
Well, is
having
there-
cheese
yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
pastas and
Is
Then
there
it's
a
easy.
range?
Then it's easy.
That's
Yeah,
easy.
Easier.
Well, let's say
Sugar
is
is
there a
easy.
range in men's open where these top 10 guys or top 20 guys, what are their caloric intake? Like, what is it?
Again, it's probably about 4,000, 4,500 leading up to Olympia.
Interesting.
Again, only because they're eating clean. They're not eating, high caloric intake foods.
And you have to increase it. You have to decrease it actually.
Yeah,
every week,
now
every
you
month.
measure it based on how you look. You start decreasing. Usually, you decrease the amount of carbs, and sometimes the carbs is you don't want to go too low. You don't want to go zero.
Yeah.
So the next thing is
Is it like
protein.
Is it 50% protein, 40 carbs, and 10 fat? Something
Again,
like
it varies. I never really broke it down exactly to the amount, to the T. I never. There was never a macro actual count. We
You didn't
did
measure- you didn't
ballpark.
measure
No, we
the-
did ballpark. Did ballpark measuring, and it was just nuts here, and then the fat from the fish, salmon, steak, and you're not looking up to par. You're X amount of weeks out, usually 8 weeks out. You change calorie intake.
You cut the carbs more.
So it's calorie intake and then cardio output
Got it.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. So that answers our
Now there's
questions.
supplements too. Actually, some people don't want to eat the vegetables. There's supplements,
Well, there's meal replacements too, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
meal replacements.
meal
yes,
replacements are
yes.
great. We feature that a lot and talk about that on Generation I. We have a whole list of meal replacements that we recommend. But yeah, I mean, that's interesting to know that. A lot of people don't know that. Some people, it's 4,000 to 8,000, you said?
Yes, and some of them will say, "Yeah, I'm eating 8,000," but it's
Right.
again, I mean, the strongman, then that's different. I've seen them do it, but they do it with burgers and they do it with a lot of sloppy food.
Bunch of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
What's the
Right.
most you've eaten in one day, you would say?
I done about 8,000.
8,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
And you felt like you were super full.
you felt like you ate 8,000,
So tell us,
because you're
what do you
making
eat at
frequent
1,000?
trips to the freaking bathroom.
What do you eat? What do you eat for 8,000?
Burgers, lasagna.
Mass gainers.
Lasagna.
Lasagna.
Yeah, lasagna, the pasta, pizza,
Tell me more.
Well, we heard from
fried
competitive.
chicken.
Oh, don't say it.
Yeah.
We've heard from competitive eaters that this is like a little different from bodybuilding, but like the way they prepare for bodybuilding, I mean, for competitive eating, is that they drink gallons of water
Yeah.
They throw
That's
it
very
up.
important.
and they throw it out,
Expand.
and then they
the
expand
stomach.
their stomachs. It's kind of crazy. It's like the dark side of competitive.
Yeah, there's a few
competitive eating.
professionals out there, man. Is it, who was the guy? Joy Walnuts? No,
Yeah,
Chestnut.
Joey.
Chestnut.
I- he has a great name, Joey Chestnuts.
Is that a real
Yes,
name?
Chestnuts?
Yeah, I
He's
don't
from
know,
Indiana.
but
He ate 63 hot dogs.
What?
rooting for him, but the Japanese guy keeps winning, man. Japanese guy is
last
like
year that guy
small. This guy's small. He's beating out guys double his weight.
Yep.
knocking them out, you know.
So Joey Chestnut, congratulations.
Yeah.
You want to
It's so crazy. One person eat one hot dog and they explode, cholesterol, everything goes up and down. And one person eats 60. How many?
How do they fit in your stomach?
How?
Well, it's possible. I mean, look
like
at
everyone
our
says,
buddy,
expand the stomach.
our buddy James Webby. He ate 62 or 63
Wow.
donuts.
Donuts,
Yeah,
sugar.
he's
oh my
the
God.
donut record holder.
And he looks jacked.
You look jacked.
Oh, he's ripped.
Bro, he's ripped.
Ripped. I swear, you
so-
got to see
Wow.
this.
Yeah,
It's
he's not
unbelievable.
doing this all the time, though, man. Otherwise, he wouldn't be
No,
as
but
ripped.
I mean,
No,
bro, he
bro,
has
he's
to be,
ripped.
he has to practice to eat this.
Yeah,
this
let me tell
amount.
you.
I mean, he's probably
People-
balancing
Can
out
you
his
eat-
diet because if you're gonna eat this, you can't eat.
Well,
that,
Wait,
you
wait.
know?
Can
Well,
you
you
eat
know-
62 donuts?
62? No, man. Can
62,
I?
just-
I mean,
just
I
look
will
at
have
the
to
number.
build up to it.
His physique is amazing.
Can I
We're going to
do
put
it?
it up on the screen so people can see it, but his physique is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, he has to be practiced to eat 62 donuts.
There's a person in China too. When I was there, they had him on Weibo. Is it Weibo?
WeChat.
That's WeChat. Yeah, WeChat.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're right. It's Weibo. It's Weibo too.
Weibo. Yeah. So this guy literally just eats, and I think they pay him like 20, 30 grand a month
Just to eat.
just to eat. And people watch him eat, and they're like, why do you watch him eat? It's like, well, half the food I can eat and half the food I want to try, so I watch him, and it's
I wonder what
satisfying.
I wonder what the sumo wrestlers eat like all day. I mean, I'm
They eat
interested
a lot
to see
of. I saw them eat. I think there was a lot of noodles. Again, we're going to pasta.
Got to go to pasta.
Yeah, go to
gluten.
pasta.
Get that gluten in.
First, I think first hack when they said, "Vic, you want to gain weight? Pasta." They always said that back in the 90s. You know, pasta.
I tried to be sticking my diet, but I mean, he make me crazy. Pasta, burger, cheeseburger, lasagna.
It's Friday, man. It's Friday. It's cheating Friday. Cheating Friday.
We're excited for the show. Stay tuned for the Victor Classic, of course, and
Yes, guys.
Well,
Submit your
your
question.
questions. Submit your questions.
submit your questions, guys.
Submit your questions. Again, we choose one. You get a nice. Is it a crate or is it a box?
Case.
A
Little
case.
nice case, nice
It's
case.
a case, all right, not a crate.
Guys,
Yes,
please.
please. A Redcon One energy drink. Guys, thank you for joining us this week's podcast. You want to see any of our prior episodes, please tune in to iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you stream your podcasts.